to an all-new episode of Wise Words. I hope they're wise, and I'm hoping that I'm helping people. I'm your host, SJ. Yay. Okay, here's one. I wanted to talk about this. What was the absolute lowest point in your youth? How did you survive? Oh my God, a lot of low points in mine. People are capable of overcoming some pretty awful shit. What did you consider your lowest point? And has something ever happened in your life that made you think, I should stop saying, doing, acting that way? What was the situation and you were able to change yourself? In my youth, well, I could say that, growing up, it was a very precarious situation for me and my brother because we were always having to move because my father and mother weren't paying the rent. We were always being kicked out. Like the movie, The Slums of Beverly Hills. You have to see that. So that was like our life, and it was very tough times for us. But the lowest point for me was when I started using drugs and alcohol. 24 years old, and I got sober when I was 38, so 24, like a 14-year run. And that's when I changed and decided for the sake of my son, who was a baby at that time, that I would stop drinking and using. So I went into a sober place. Cedar Sinai had a sober program called the Care Unit. Went in there for a month, and I came out, and I realized that I was an alcoholic. And so I began to change my life because nothing changes if it doesn't change. And change is a very important part of my life, and the willingness to change myself. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, which is you. I can't change you, the courage to change me. I have to be willing to change myself. Willingness is the whole part of everything now. So that's what did it for me. And that's something that happened, and I was able to change myself, and I'm still changing because, I never stop changing. Change is like everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Great song, So, yeah, I was very grateful that I went into that care unit because my son has never seen a drunk mother. So that to me is like the greatest thing that I did for him and for me. So, the willingness to change is very, very important. So that was the low part in my life, that I got so hooked on different drugs and alcohol and drinking and all that kind of stuff, like wild and crazy times. So, you can change if you truly want to change. So that was it. At like 36, 37, 38, I wanted to make a change in my life. And my then husband was my party partner, and he loved us going out and drinking and, having fun and dancing the night away while, we had a little son. So that was tough for me, but I had to let him go because I needed to change, and he was part of the problem. He wasn't part of my solution. He did the best he could, but that's who he is, and probably still is, although I have not talked to him in over 13 or 14 years. So he's gone out of my life. And I haven't looked back since. I got me remarried again and married someone who's not a drinker. And as I said, my son never had to see a drunk mother. That was the most important thing to me. So, you'll find a time where you are very low and you just have to pull yourself up from your bootstraps. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a queen. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing, okay, that everything from down there is the way up. So remember to email me at wisewords@jltv.tv if you have any questions for me. And be willing to change, you know what I mean? As long as you could get up from the ground, and brush off the dust and dirt, you can do it, okay? I know you can. I know I did. So learn from my experience, okay? And don't forget, if no one told you they love you today, I love you because you're you. Mwah!